So let's take a look at this replay. Obviously, we know back and forth here. We've talked about this a little bit. Basically, Wombat put in and said, "Hey, this was a good play, solid thinking by these DDs, which is going to be RB and oh goodness, Randy DM, and it resulted in a win." But I want people to think about it from the opposite side of that. There was one way in which you can look at it, and there's another way in which you can look at it. The initial look is, if we watch all the way through, Darren Kleber come up here to the cap zone. Cap C. Kleber takes some damage from Druid. Daring avoids some Torps. And they decide to make a run across the cap zones. They move together. B gets captured. They push out, eliminate a boat. Daring maintains the inside while Kleber maintains the outside. Kleber moves around the outside. Caps A. Daring is maintaining B. This band of guys is moving across, and together they've essentially maintained this cap and continued to cap this point out and went on points. But had this game gone on another few minutes, it wouldn't have ended this way. It would have ended in them getting blasted. They're just lucky. Lucky that it worked out the way that it did. So the first thing that I notice is, number one, we advance. Kleber takes terrible damage from Druid. He gets almost half health by Druid right out of the gate and has to break away. Daring takes the cap and is spotted. Daring's got a 6-kilometer detection. One of the things I noticed, Daring, to my knowledge, deploys a Hydro like one time. At this point, he still doesn't have his Hydro on. I don't know that he deploys a Hydro the entire game. I think when he goes over here and is in B, he deploys a Hydro finally. There. He goes, over halfway into the game before he deploys his first Hydro. He has 3 or 4 of them, and he's not using his Hydro. So those Torps come by him, and he visually sees them. He doesn't deploy a Hydro. He's got 3-kilometer Hydro. They'll spot Torps, and he's not deploying his Hydro effectively. So you're not helping the team out with that kind of stuff. Now, this is random. So there is a balance to be struck between going, these are a bunch of retards that I can't trust, and I need these people to succeed in this game. So we push up here initially. We know that the Druid's right here. He engages him, and he's seen. Obviously, I wouldn't expect Kleber to try to push that in smoke, and he has Hydro too. But Daring caps this point, and at this point, okay, there's a Stalingrad, and he's probably just at radar range, right down here, somewhere into C a little bit. So the Druid's got some radar coverage. But here comes Kremlin. Kremlin's pushing up. Stalingrad wants nothing to do with this Kremlin. But Kremlin can't push while this Druid's right here. So instead of, and we just saw these Torps come by, those have to be Shimakaze Torps. We don't deploy Hydro. We don't go looking for any of it. Petro comes in here, but Petro has a short radar. Stalingrad's moving out of radar range, and Vermont's got a 35-second reload, 32-second reload. Montana's way out of position. There is no one to contest them on this cap, except for the Druid, and wherever the Shimakaze is. So, instead of, Kleber spotted here, which means that there's a damn DD right through here somewhere. That Shimakaze is still right here, spotting. So, again, the Petro cannot engage them through here. He's on this island. He can't come out. Druid's right here on this island, but he also can't squirt out left or right because the Kremlin's here and they are over here. Stalingrad's way out of position. Vermont's out of position. Daring could come across here, Hydro this guy, and Kleber could come up here and engage this guy. But you also have to try to find the damn Shimakaze first because he's out here somewhere. But we make no attempts to do that. So obviously we know that ACAP is not doing well. So it's the job of this side to make a play, to do the push. Smolensk has gotten in here and capped the point. 4501 is having to run. Montana is being overwhelmed. You got Svea and Libertad together. He's just not going to be able to DPM that down. So at this point, Kleber's no longer spotted. So I would have to say that Shimikaze's farting around somewhere right in here. He's got to be. So Daring and Kleber take off. There come more Shimikaze torps. So that means he's up here on the back line. Kremlin's pinned. He can't do anything. He's stuck here. Yamato, Ohio can't do anything because they can't see anything up here. Because these two guys that they need for spots are moving away. Smolensk can't do anything. Petro has a radar, but he can't see anything. Because the Druid's back on the backside of the island probably has him under hydro. And the Shimikaze's back here running around too. So now Stalingrad's finished his turn and is coming back. He's got some health back. Vermont's moving into position. Druid's still got the Kremlin spotted, and Petro's around this side of the island. And these guys are leaving. So now the Druid's going to ease up here, and now he has nothing contesting him. There's no radar, and there's no DDs to stop him. So now all he has to do is just play here and just keep this Kremlin spotted. And so long as the Kremlin can't push, nobody else can either. Now, eventually they figure out, hey, we've got to go because A is being overwhelmed. So these guys start to push across here. Eliminate Janan. Kremlin's getting chewed up. Ohio starts to push. Yamato starts to push. Petro finally deploys a radar, but it's for back here versus moving up to C-Cap and deploying it here where they can see what the hell's going on. So now Petro starts to move. Shimikaze's still throwing torpedoes all through them. Kremlin finally pokes the corner and just happens to catch Druid outside of his smoke and blasts him. So then these two characters are over here doing their stuff against these guys, which is fine. Montana, instead of pushing into him and just committing to the engagement, decides to fucking bail. Shikishima doesn't want any part of it. Lucian's moving around the outside. Libertad's moving around the outside. And Svea's moving with him. Because the deal is that, again, Svea could have come back and dueled this Kleber and vaporized him. But he may not be a skilled player, or he's going to stick with his guys. He's moved across with the team. Kremlin's beat up and can't push out. Ohio's trying to get up here. Yamato's trying to get up here. Smolensk is out here. And now more torps are coming across from somewhere. I don't know who the hell threw those torps. Those are wide angle coming across from a long ass way. So then Shimikaze got spotted for just a second there, I believe. Yeah. So there's Shimikaze finally. He gets spotted. So again, nobody wants to push into that. And then this Petro's just been parked here on this island, providing radar coverage, quote unquote, here. Here comes this line of frickin' torps from somebody. So they somehow detect the Lucian and kill him. Because for some reason, instead of him coming to the outside, he's going to come in here and fight him on the cap zone. Battleship and DD are back on the cap again, and they're not contesting him. And Petro's going to go to the inside on there instead of coming over here and helping on this side. And because they went to cap here and were maintaining here, then these guys got confused. Fea starts to come back. Daring can see him. Between Kleber and the Daring, somebody whacked him. Who hit him hard? Petro hit him. So Petro whacked him. Then Montana, Shikishima, Libertad are all kind of stuck without any real support. These guys still haven't moved. They can't move out of here because the damn Shimikaze is still out here. So, this is just a waiting game now. If these guys are allowed to continue to do this, so for whatever reason, Ohio peels off and is going to come back and fight these guys. And he gets focused down. The damn Kremlin finally goes down. Yamato's just about to go. And this damn Shimikaze is still out here doing work. Now, granted, they capped on points and all that, but because they were over here doing this stuff, this side was in the shape that it was in. The deal would have been to get rid of this. And so this would have been the play in either clan battle here. You've got to get this DD out of this position. He can't stay there. You've got to get this guy gone. This Petro is almost not even a threat to you because all he can do is radar you, but only for 12 seconds. So you come up here, hydro this guy, or get the Petro to move across and radar this dude. Kleber comes up here where he's screened against that, vaporize this frickin' guy, and now, hell, the Daring can run back through here or anything else. Now, Shimakaze was still there too, so you'd have to find him and push him out of the way. But at least if you had pushed him back, then the Kremlin could have at least come around the corner or started to engage the Petro. So again, hindsight's 20/20. But what you don't want to do is get into this deal of like, okay, I see this opportunity to start running across the map instead of focusing on my side where I'm at. And granted, it is randoms. You can't trust it. But this poor Kremlin, he got fucked because he couldn't move. He got right here to this island and he was stuck the entire game because he couldn't push the corner because he didn't have any support. None of these guys could push up or wanted to push up. And the two DDs who he's relying on to spot and keep other DDs away from him went, we're going to go over here. We're going to play Ring Around the Rose and go over here and cap these 2 points. Now, again, it resulted in a win. But had the game gone on just a little bit longer, had it not happened at a certain speed, at a certain rate, they have no health against a quarter hell Stalingrad, 3 battleships. There's 2 cruisers DD and 3 battleships. There's no way that they're surviving this. They're just lucky it happened the way that it did. Any kind of disparity in the points, if they had been faster pushing through these areas, if the Montana had pushed here, again, it's one of those things where it's lucky it worked the way that it did. Instead of over here going, hey, I've got a Kremlin that's with me. I need to get this DD out of this position. And I have a friend with me that can help me do that. I can come up here and hydro this guy. And then allow the Kleber to do it. Because if you'd come up here and parked and hydroed him, he's not going to stay there. He's going to run off. Because why, you're sitting here right next to a damn Kremlin. What's someone going to do to you? Nothing. He doesn't have shit. He's got a Petro back here. That Petro can't help him. So he's going to fucking pull back because he's detected. And he can't stay there because he's going to be scared someone's going to push up and get an angle on him. Or he's going to have to just stay hunkered there. Which if someone moves out here to the outside edge, you could shoot him. Because he's under hydro. So he's more than likely going to pull out of there because he doesn't want to stay there under hydro. Kleber pushes up here to the island where he's screened against the Petro and most other targets. Will probably see the Shimakaze and gunfight him and run him off. Now this guy's pinned. What's he going to do? Well, he's either got to gunfight the Kleber, he's going to try to squeak away and push the corner. Well, at that point now, Daring can push the corner. Yeah, you're going to get radar, but it's only for 12 seconds. Deploy smoke. He starts shooting. The Kleber can see him and spot him for the fucking Daring under smoke. Y'all can tag team that dude and zap him. Now the Kremlin can start to push the corner under hydro protection with the Daring. And now we goon out this Petro. Now what do you got? You got a fucking Vermont, a Stalin that's running, and a Shimakaze that's out here loose in the open. Well, he's not going to stay there. He's going to run too. And then these guys can move up here into the protection of the sea cap here. Petro's still screening from the rear. And these guys are still moving across. But now you've actually broken this up and you're moving across. Again, it's all hypothetical. If people know what they're doing, if they move correctly, if they do this stuff. But the whole fact of the matter is that you left this Daring here, or this Druid here. You just left him. Just left his ass there. And you knew that the Shimakaze was out here and you just didn't worry about it. We just went to the other cap zone. So what I want to do is be careful of going, hey, look at this great play. And you kind of go, I mean, it worked. Is it great? I mean, it worked. But was it great? I don't know. Shithouse luck? Hell yeah. Yeah, it fucking worked out. Barely. Because had this game gone on for another couple minutes, it wouldn't have worked that well. Because, let me tell you, they're capping that point. Stalingrad would have went right behind you, killed this guy, and then, next would have been the Kleber because he doesn't have smoke. So it's like, it worked. But barely, like by the fucking skin of your teeth. So just be careful with the thought process behind that. So anyway, that's my points there.